welcome one and all to the K.O.E. Nation for a very special premium spirits line review. I am the elated and excited King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only, the indomitable, the clearing his throat, getting ready for this evening and all of its frivolities, the one and only,
the thirsty Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. Hot damn, we are finally getting a chance to do this. Oh,
the Old Forester line. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. We've got quite a few whiskeys here. We've got six whiskeys that we're gonna, and one of these will be the entrant into the Sweet 16 Bourbon Tournament to represent Old Forester against a very big line. Now, we've got some contenders here. Now, we've got their baseline 100 proof offering, yes. Old Forester. We've got the...
We decided to skip the 86 proof. We figured this was probably good.
That and, good God, we're gonna...
Did we need 7? Not necessarily.
Oh, yeah. Then we've got the 1870, their original batch.
Yes.
Then we've got the 1897, their bottled and bond. We've got the 1910 at 93 proof, which I'm quite curious about.
I'm excited about that one. I think that could be a personal favorite.
Yep, and then there is the 1920 at 115 proof that everybody... I've never had.
Yeah, I've never had it, but that one is the media darling.
And then, last but certainly not least, the Statesman.
Very
I
exciting.
have had this before.
Oh.
I actually remember Maya Nurse Ratchet. I actually gave this to Maya as a wedding present. Okay. So I have actually tried it, and he thoroughly enjoyed it.
This is the only twisty cap.
Yep, the only twisties. And these will just be going into the standard...
That's plenty.
Crown Royal glass.
I don't think that one's going to be very...
high up there?
No, I'm just going to, spoiler alert, I don't think the 100 proof standard line is going to be the one that moves along.
It's,
in the interest of fairness, we're
going to put it in. And also keep your eyes out for the eventual review of the Cold Steel Spartan. Awesome knife. They actually, the owner of Cold Steel just sold the company, actually, to a much larger knife manufacturing company. So, a lot of things coming down the pike from them. So, here we go with the 1870. This whiskey was distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness and fine quality. Its elegant flavor is solely due to original finesse developed with care. There's nothing better in the market. So this was pretty much the original recipe for Old Forester. The guy who started the distillery thought that his stuff tasted best at 90 proof.
Okay.
That was satisfying.
Nice work.
And that's going to go in the slightly fancier Scotch glass.
That's fair. All right.
Yes, this one I've heard nothing but good about, but we've got quite the journey here we're going on, folks. And now we've got the 1897 bottled and bond, and it used to be a very big thing, bonded whiskey. I looked it up, like, if there's like 5 or 6 regulations you have to follow to make any of these whiskeys, to have a bonded whiskey, there's like 240. Okay, it's like, the joke is it's like whiskey jail.
Okay.
So, and these we will be pouring into what are referred to as Canadian Glencairn glasses. Big, wide rim so you can actually fit ice into it.
So when you think Canada, you think, I need ice.
Yeah, well, that's pretty typical for Canadian whiskeys. Now, this one is the one I'm really looking forward to. The 1910. This is 93 proof and old fine whiskey. And I believe this was following a recipe that involved a little bit extra charring because there was a batch of Old Forester that there was some big fire in Whiskey Row.
Oh.
And so this is kind of in tribute to that little extra charred batch.
Okay.
Now, I mean, Tony, you and I have worked in a mill before. They very rarely just throw, like, oh no, it's a bad batch. You very rarely hear that unless it's really bad.
Well, you know, bad batches can be made into good batches. Just takes the right
with the
time.
art of blending.
With the art of blending.
And what do you know? We're here with the blend master.
I know, it's weird.
So that's what you were referring to this whole time. Oh, okay.
And yeah, we're very excited for another reason, because between the 1910 and the 1920, there is a internet darling blend between the two that comes up to a 1915, they call it, that is the perfect blend. So that will be coming. That sounded good.
In terms of cork popping, this one's already the winner.
Yeah.
For the 1920.
Excellent. A lot of aromas already just coming through in all these glasses. I'm very excited. This is one we've been waiting to do for a while. We just needed the right window of time and opportunity, and finally
it is here. It's upon us. And then the Statesman, this is in tribute to anybody that really likes the Kingsman movie franchise. This was actually made in conjunction because the Statesman is apparently a faction within the movie. Okay. So this... Okay, that was good. So if you're a huge fan of the Kingsman movies, this would pretty much be the bourbon for you.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you know, I've seen the movie, you know, the Dalmore 62, if you can find it.
Well, I'm sure that's cheap.
Oh, yeah, they just a few $100,000.
Probably have to win the lottery twice to get a hold of that.
Oh, you're getting close.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let's start off, folks. We now, without any further ado, we are now getting started with the Old Forester line. I'm going to get started here with their base 100 proof offering. Let's see how it hits the nose, folks.
You can tell it's 100 proof for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of oakiness, not a lot of sweet.
I'd say, yeah, mostly just oak. I can get a little bit of... There's like... I can't put my finger on what the sweetness is. It's actually pretty light on the nose. I cannot put my finger on what the sweetness is.
Yeah, it's there, but it's almost like maybe like a toffee, like...
Yeah.
Like, just, it's a mapley sweet, but let's see how it hits the palate, sir.
Indeed.
Delightful.
Wow, that's actually...
Very minty.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty good as the base offering.
Not a lot of sweet comes through.
No.
Heat and some mint on the back. So if you're one of those people that likes those like Macallan minty scotches and that kind of stuff, that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad I picked this one up now. That's actually very pleasant. That's a really nice bourbon.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah,
so that'll probably be your
I think this one
a nice mixer for you.
A $20 bottle. That's a very affordable bourbon.
You know, yeah, not bad. Now, we're just going to real quick, we're going to give these star scales as a bourbon, and pretty much that's it, because we got a lot of reviewing to do, and then we got eliminations to get to, folks. So, keep your eyes on this space for the full comprehensive review of this entire line. But, Tony, as a bourbon, what do you give me?
I'm pleasantly surprised, honestly. I'm going to go 3.5. This one's right up my alley. I'm sorry. I know you're not going to be as generous.
No, I'm going to give it 3.
I figured.
It's a 3-star bourbon. It's like in the 5 bourbons you need, which definitely check that out, folks. It's another video you need to check out that I put out. This would go in my cheap mixer category, but it would be one of the better for it. So
that's just a great sipper.
Like I put Woodford Reserve there, and that's a much higher priced.
I think this is perfect for somebody who just wants to throw an ice ball in or
mix it with cola.
Yeah, this would work well for that, and it's affordable, so you're not going to feel bad doing it.
It's got just enough of that bite on the end that you'll still remember there's bourbon.
I can see why this is their base offering. That's a really nice one. Pleasantly surprised.
So we move on now to the 1870 original batch.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to, because this is the Whiskey Row series right here. These 4 is kind of their base Whiskey Row. Now, they're very available. You can find them anywhere, which I got to give Old Forester credit. They've got amazing distribution.
Yeah, that's for sure. You can find these in almost any Walmart. All 4, to be completely honest.
There's a more sticky sweetness on the
yeah.
nose here, like way stickier sweet.
It's still really light on the nose, honestly. You really got to dig deep here to get into the nose.
I'm trying to find caramel, but I can't find it. There's just this sticky, mapley with a little bit of vanilla. That comes through more in the Whiskey Rose series. Is those basic, your sweet, your vanilla. Not as much oak, weirdly enough. I'm not getting that.
So far, I'll be honest. One of the big nose profiles I'm getting so far between the two. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but water. Like, this smells like it's been watered down, but it does not taste like it's been watered down. I don't know how to explain it. That's what I'm smelling. It smells like a fiery bourbon that's been watered down. But this is 90 proof.
Well, it is 90 proof. So
still.
To some folks, that is watered down bourbon.
But I felt the same way about the 100 proof. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, let's see how it hits the palate, sir.
I'm ready.
Wouldn't be the first time that those have been a little different.
Okay. Oh, yeah. More of a... I think that's vastly different.
Woo!
Yeah. Wow. It tastes stronger, and it's only 90. But it's got the characteristics of minty, but I'm not getting hung up on the mintiness.
It's got a spice more than a mint.
It's much spicier. But it really opens up the back of your palate.
When it first hits your tongue, there's a sweetness there.
Yeah, it's...
But that goes away pretty quick with the heatness there, which... Again, T, this is just seeming to be right up your alley. I'm sure you don't hate this line at all.
I was thinking a little bit of honey with the base, but I'm getting it a little bit more here. And a little bit more vanilla. Now that I took a second sip, I'm getting a lot more of that wood. That's really nice. That's really nice.
I took a second sip right after I took a drink of water, and I got a little more caramel, got a little more sweetness out of it.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I really like that a lot.
This one I'd give 3.5 as a bourbon.
I'm going to stick with 3.5. I think it's very different, surprisingly.
Yeah, for very different reasons.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with 3.5. I like both equally. Both I think would be great sippers. Now the entire baseline that runs roughly 40 to 50.
Yeah, these are all somewhere in the $40 to $50 a bottle.
And I believe the Statesman was right at 50.
Yeah, sometimes 60. When I bought it for a wedding present at some store, it was $60.
I caught it cheaper than you then.
Well, aren't you the best? Now we move on to another 100 proof, but this is their bottled in bond Whiskey Row 1897 recipe. So this is how they were producing it.
I like how all the labels are very familiar, but it has the specifics of what makes this one special printed in fine label on top of the label. It's just kind of a nice little touch. I like uniformity, but with a touch of uniqueness.
Because what's kind of interesting, the reason they kind of put this series out is Old Forester was one of the few distilleries that was able to keep distilling before, during, and after Prohibition. Because they were one of the few people that had what was a medical exemption license. And now it's highly illegal to even imply that alcohol has any medical property whatsoever. But at the time, you could actually get an exemption, and you could actually get a whiskey prescription at 100 proof.
What's the nose that you're getting? I have a very specific nose that's a bit of a nostalgia for me, so it's probably not going to hit home for anybody else, but I'll wait until you've said something.
Caramel apples.
I can see the orchard fruit.
Kind of a toffee. Wood smoked vanilla, little bits, but this is a very sweet nose.
I don't know why, but for me, I'm getting the aroma of, I haven't had this in so long, I'll have to remind my mom to make it if she remembers how, but chocolate mayonnaise cake.
Never had that.
It's interesting, it's delicious, but that's what I'm getting. Like a chocolate cake, but specifically that recipe.
I can see it because there's this sweetness there that when I said caramel apple, like my grandma would put caramel apple in the oven for a little while to just get this kind of weird...
A baked sweetness, yes. Well, shall we? Oh, wow. I'm going to stick with some chocolatey flavor on that. A lot hotter on the back end.
Not for me.
No. Yeah, definitely.
I found the original recipe to be hotter on the back end.
I'm getting a lot more pulsation out of the heat on the back end of this one. I don't know why.
There's a hot on the tongue, but it's not like that persistent spice.
No.
But to me, this one's the bottled in bond is a lot more well balanced in its flavor profile than the original batch or the regular 100 proof. The original batch is good. Starts off sweet, and then it's like, whoa, a little bit too much heat on the back. Now, if you're a Macallan drinker, this would be right up your alley for a bourbon because it's got that extra flavor profile where if you're not used to it, you can almost go, whoa, how do I get off this ride? But not too bad. As a bourbon, I'm going to give their bottled in bond 3.75. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. It's just so good with its balance of flavors, its balance of aromas. You could use it in a cocktail. You could drink it neat.
I really like the nose on it. I like it a lot, but I'm going to give it 3.25. Taking just a step back. I've liked these two just a little bit more, honestly.
Okay, we got some discrepancy here. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tony. You're allowed to be wrong. I get it. It's
as are you, and this is one of those scenarios.
I'll let you know when it happens. It hasn't happened to me yet, but when it does,
I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I've just made a list, and eventually I'll just dump that on you like a big atomic bomb. It'll be fine.
Oh boy, well, folks, it's coming down to it now. One that I've been really looking forward to.
Yes.
The 1910, because these two. I'm sure, Tony, I'm actually kind of giving you credit that you haven't blended them yet.
I know, it's aching at me.
Yes, so these two, when you blend them in a half and half blend, it's referred to as the 1915. This is kind of the heatier end of it, 115 proof. They say this is the sweeter end of it, and I'm really curious to try 1910, because if you've watched this podcast for any amount of time, you know, when it comes to whiskeys, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth. So
a little bit.
We'll see how this one goes here, folks. So this is the Old Forester 1910, 93 proof. I am quite looking forward to this one. This is the Old Fine Whiskey.
Oh, wow. Much stronger
Yeah,
aroma.
You feel like there's going to be a lot of heat on this nose.
And I'm wondering if part of this isn't due to the glass shape. I think that might touch
maybe
on
a little bit,
but just,
not as much as you'd think.
Yeah, it feels a lot
like
stronger.
for the nose, yes, but well, the thing is with any kind of tulip-shaped glass, these outer bowls, they're designed to actually catch the ethanol vapor, so your nose can actually get past the ethanol vapor and just consider the whiskey, which is why these are better glasses. But I figured, okay, with as many whiskeys as we're going through tonight, let's pull out some other glasses. Yeah, this is just a more heaty nose.
Yeah, I'm not getting a ton of sweetness or wood specifically.
Just getting all these spices. I'm getting cinnamon. I'm getting...
Yeah, there you go. That's
vanilla on the back to tie it together, but...
Yeah.
Well, I'm more than a little curious.
Yeah,
on this one,
definitely.
That one's toasty.
It is. Wow.
Reminds me of like a really toasty, like Maker's 46 or something like that.
Okay. I really expected a lot more sweet on that.
But yeah, that's a toasty, nice oaky. There's some vanilla, but yeah, it's a lot of wood.
It is. It's very...
Which I think this is the one that they're referencing, the fire.
Oh, okay.
At Whiskey Row, so...
Sure.
That makes some sense there. Boy. Interesting.
Okay. A lot more sweet comes through on the second taste. But yeah, it's just very cinnamony, spicy,
Yeah,
wood.
it's like cinnamon sugar sweet, not like caramel sweet or candy sweet.
It's like they have to really extract that sweetness into this whiskey. That's really nice.
I'm going to give 3.5 as a bourbon. 3.5 stars. Actually, I think I like this one the most out of any that I've tasted thus far, but this fight is far from over, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to go... I'm torn between 3.5 and 3.25, so I'm going to go with 3.25. I don't know why, but these two have just captivated me the most so far. Like, these are still very, very good in their own way. They've really found a nice way to make them all very different from each other. That's what excites me the most.
Some of these I wouldn't even guess same distillery.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do have to commend them on that. I'm going to go in for just
that's really nice.
One more little sippy boo.
It's really nice. It's just, I really thought it was going to be sweeter.
You know, with each successive drink, it does more come out.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more on the second.
There's also kind of like a saltiness to it. I know it's weird, but just a slight one.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So again, if you're a peaty Scotch fan, you'll also find a bit of saltiness. And if you like that salty brininess, so interesting. So rinse off, and then we go to the big dog.
Yes.
1920.
Ugh. A lot of expectations for this one.
A lot of folks just fall over themselves over this one. Saying, like they're saying, all you people buying your Blantons, all that nonsense, this is where the unicorn tears are, and you can actually find it. So, we'll see if that actually bears out.
Oh, okay.
Very sweet. There's your sweet.
Yeah. Like a frosted sweetness.
Again, I'm getting, like, very heavy, not like caramel apple, but candied apple.
Yeah.
You can tell my grandma used apples a lot.
Oh, wow. It's an intense sweetness. It's an intense fragrance.
I was about to say, like...
It's got that perfume pugnancy.
Yes, I was just like, I got my daughter some really nice perfume for Christmas. Like, really, really nice stuff. And
this does remind me a bit of, like, a Blanton's nose.
Yes,
but my bottle, anyway.
But, like, when you're standing near her when she sprays the perfume, and, like, it kind of really overwhelms your sinuses.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
I'm getting that here, but it's all of those sweet notes. Very little, like, I've noticed with all of these, very little vanilla. But it's more of, like, a back-end tie together, which I don't really have much of a problem with. Let's see.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, wow.
I got spicy up quick.
Woo!
That one was spicy right out the gate.
That's 115 proof. Goodness me. That's really nice. I can see why people fall over themselves for this, because that's got... I think a lot of people get into bourbon, find themselves chasing a higher and higher and higher proof, and this being the highest proof from the Old Forester line, I see why people would flock to this, but that sweetness and that intensifying heat as it sits on your palate, I see why people like this so much.
Yeah, here's the thing. There is a point of diminishing returns with higher proofs when it comes to bourbons.
I think this is knocking on the door, but it's not in the door.
It's not there. But, well, now here's the thing. I've noticed that there's a lot of people that they're just looking for the highest proof they can. I get it. If you're just drinking a whiskey just because you kind of want to feel a little bit different, okay.
Wow.
But the flavor profile on here is quite interesting. Like, I figured it was going to be a lot, like...
Marshmallow. I don't know why. That just stood out to me on that step. Marshmallow. Like another toasted flavor profile.
I was about to say, yeah. Okay. And then I was going to add in some baking spice there. That's definitely the most complicated flavor.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is the one out of all of them so far that would taste different every time you have it. And I think that's what people really like. You're not going to get stale on this because there's such a complex profile here.
Interesting stuff. So now last... Oh, yeah.
Before we get ahead of ourselves.
Star scale.
Go ahead. I know what I'm saying.
3.75.
Yep. 375. I think
Nice.
I think. I hate that it's the highest proof, but I don't care. That's the best so far.
Proof on this bad boy. 95. So it's basically the one proof that they don't really have available. 95 for the Statesman. So it's the second, it's the second lowest proof, or third lowest actually.
Yeah, 190, 193, 115, 95. Okay.
So let's see how this one hits the nose. The Statesman. If you're a huge fan of the Kingsman movie franchise, you're really pulling for this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It honestly kind of tastes like
I was going to
this
say,
one
that smells a lot
brought down to 95.
Yeah, that smells a lot. Wow.
In fact, I would not be as tiniest bit surprised if that's what it is. Is 1920 brought down to 95. Well,
but here's the thing, though. I think it smells exactly like the 1920, but I think the Statesman smells more intense. So they've added something there to bring the aroma back out. Because I think this smells more intense than the 1920, but obviously it's a lower proof.
Well, let's see what the palate has to say, T.
Damn.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Took a minute for the heat to get there, but it's there.
Yeah, it's just a gradual. A little bit of black licorice on the end.
I can see what you're saying there.
Wow.
Well, this is going to be hard. Now, for stars, what do you give that?
Let me go back in.
Yeah. Slangiva, folks.
Wow. I really like that. I'll be honest, I think I'm pretty happy with the fact that I acquired these two because these are really fucking impressing me. For the price here and for the uniqueness. Wow. I'm going to give that 4. I'm giving it 4. I really like that a lot.
I hate to agree. I'm going to agree.
Yeah.
So, oh boy.
Damn, that's really nice.
Now, we get to the interesting part here, T.
Yes.
The eliminations. And this is... There's going to be one that's easy, and then there's going to be 4 that's going to be hard.
Okay, so
now, Tony, I think without any further ado, we can go ahead and eliminate the easy one.
Okay.
Old Forester 19... No, I'm kidding. Jeez. Like people are trying to reach for the like people are trying to Bart Simpson, like, why are you little? But no, I'm sorry. Old Forester baseline offering. You're great stuff. Shockingly good.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the solo review.
Yep.
But...
No, this can't move forward. It is very entry level. It's really nice. This is a great sipper. It'd make a great mixer, but no, this is not going to make it through.
Yeah.
We knew that.
So now it's the unfortunate... All right. Bring up your glass of 1870. The original batch.
Yeah, I'm not ready to eliminate that one yet.
God damn it. We're going to go through this whole thing like... Go through all 5. Like, I'm not ready to eliminate that one. Or that one. Or that one.
If I was going to eliminate one, I would go
Don't you dare... Oh, I was going to say... That's one of my favorites.
This is one of my favorites so far. It's weird. Okay. Shockingly enough, could we agree that this will not be the winner? The 1910?
Let me go back to it. This is science, folks.
It's really nice.
It is just a little too charred.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
That it wasn't as sweet as we were expecting. So, didn't meet our predetermined expectations.
Yeah, which isn't fair at all, but that's not the point. Okay.
But that one did...
So let's be realistic.
Of all of them, that one reminded me of... Like I said Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
It really reminded... And we've already got Maker's Mark in the bourbon tournament. Yeah. So...
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll set that glass aside.
Specifically is well represented.
God, I love Maker's Mark. It's all right.
I think the only fair thing to do is we both know that even though we really enjoyed both of these, neither of these are going to move forward, are they?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Okay, that was a concession we both had to make there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like the 1897. I'm glad that's my bottle. I'm going to probably find myself sipping on that on like, you know, Saturday nights, or if there's another big storm that rolls through here.
And I'm going to find myself coming over and I'm just going to sip on this.
Yeah. Tony's got this 1870 he's going to want to be sipping on every time he comes over now. So, not bad. So now, Tony.
This is tough.
I kind of knew it was going to come down to this. But I didn't want it, like, I thought maybe one of these others will rise up. But it comes down, folks, to Old Forester 1920 Prohibition Style. And the Statesman. Boy, folks, this is tough. Tony's doing his science while his pal's deciding. I will, and then when he's decided, I will go in. But, folks, the 1920, it is the iconic... The Statesman, it is pretty damn good.
Wow. I'm going to move 1920 up to 4 stars.
Uh-oh.
I am. I just... Like I said, every time you come back to it, it has a different profile.
I'm agreeing with you because...
I'll be honest. I prefer the Statesman myself. I do. I still prefer the Statesman.
But you and I both know the 1920 is the best representation.
The only thing is it too high of a proof for a larger crowd of us, you know, going through a tournament?
We've got bookers in that tournament. Your argument is invalid. Okay? Fair. Bookers tries, let's put all the proof in there.
I mean, I think, honestly, I think the Statesman would do just as well. That's the thing. I tell you what,
like just like we did with the Knob Creek, if my 1920 gets sucked down for whatever reason before the bourbon tournament, the Statesman is our alternate. I think that's fair.
Which one do you prefer out of the two?
I hate to say I kind of prefer 1920 by just a barely little edge, despite it being a lot thicker, a lot meatier. There's a little bit of nuttiness there. There's a lot of, there's a lot more profile, and just hits you right away.
I just
like
I prefer sipping on the Statesman, I think.
Oh, it's a good sipper, but I'm just saying as proof of type, like this one has so much flavor that just hits you up front.
All right, I think the complexities alone are just barely for me what tips it to giving it the nod. Like, I would love to present this into the tournament and be like, look, like, this is like their perfect sipping bourbon of the entire Old Forester line, but damn it, yes, there's so much going on with the 1920 because of the proof that you get a different characteristic every time you sip it.
And let's be frank, every single Old Forester mark out there is like, what? Why didn't you put the 1920 in the tournament? They want to destroy them all.
Okay, that's probably fair. You almost have to go with one of the years. Okay.
Yeah, and 1920 seems to be the most popular.
Yeah.
So, now, Tony, without further ado...
I will bow down to the internet community and allow the 1920 to be the representative.
The grand champion, Old Forester 1920. Now, Tony, without further ado... And actually, hell, I'm going to join along.
Yeah, you're damn right.
The 1915 blend.
Here we go. This I've been looking forward to, so...
I really hope we're not thinking of entering this.
They do make a beautiful label on Etsy. Just saying. Oh, hello.
That marshmallowy stuff.
Oh my god, yes, exactly what I was thinking. That toasted marshmallow. Maybe this is like a s'mores in a glass, Phil.
Uh-oh.
No, we can't enter a blend. It's not fair.
The Tony G blend.
But I'll consider it. Oh my god.
Okay, Old Forester.
Oh my god.
Why do you not have this bottled as a product?
Why is that not bottled?
Why is that not a product that I can buy right now?
Okay, no. Old Forester put that label on Etsy. The 1950. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
All right, I'm gonna go in a second time and make sure it's not just my expectations.
Nope. Yeah. Okay. No, that's marvelous. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's better than any whiskey we've tasted tonight.
Yeah, that's a 4.5-star bourbon right there, folks. Holy shit. That's really good.
They call it the perfect blend.
That is. Wow.
Now, Tony.
But we're not done yet.
On a 5-star scale. Wait. Before you do anything, how many stars do you give that as a Tony G blend?
I'm going to give that an A.
An A. An A, folks.
That's
so Old
an A.
Forester, well done.
That's not even my idea, so I can't take too much credit.
All right, Tony. Now, come on.
Yep.
Do it. Tony's going to blend all the whiskeys together.
Get this out of the way now.
He's like Captain Planet, our powers combined. And you know what? Why not?
And I'm going to have a nice little dram off to the side the rest of the evening of some
I'll
very
join you.
nice bourbon.
I'll join you here. Why not?
Oh.
Life's too short. Oh, that's a little much.
I'll be honest. It really dilutes it back down to the nose of these two.
If I don't like this, I've got plenty of bourbon to put into my cast iron skillet for when I make eggs.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with this. You got to get deep to get the flavor profile on the nose.
I was about to say that
that
baseline kind of cuts it all, but let's see what the taste does.
A little tangy.
Honestly, when you blend them all together like that, I think if we would have excluded this, it wouldn't taste so basic bitch to me. So, like, let's be frank. Like, it just cut the uniqueness out of all of them. So I think the 1910 and 1920 is where you should maybe stop.
I think at some point we will do a versus video of the 1910 and the 1920.
I think we're going to do a versus video of this line.
Well, okay, but I think if we do just the year statement, all four in a glass, I think that's going to be one of the better bourbon blends.
Yeah, like I hate to say it like that, but like I would just exclude this one if you're going to play this little blend.
That's fair. That's fair. But I'll be honest, folks. Do not sleep on this. If you want a affordable daily sipper, right here. That's really nice. And I'm actually tempted to get the 86 proof now, just knowing how much I enjoyed that one.
You know, that one might also be a pretty good mixer, but.
Yeah.
Folks, we now have our representative for Old Forester going in to the bourbon tournament. It will be, big shock, Old Forester 1920. Who could have seen that coming?
I'm just ready to put this in if that can't show up. Right?
You know, we'll see what happens. But folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us as we did our official line review of Old Forester, the 100 proof, the 1897, the 1870, the 1910, the Statesman. You all put forward tremendous efforts, but the 1920 115 proof will represent Old Forester in the bourbon tournament. Keep your eyes on this space, because, folks, we're just getting started. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony fucking G. My God. That was beautiful. I'm glad we waited as long as we did, because that was well worth the wait. Thank you very much, Old Forester. So nice. So nice.
All right.
That's some damn fine bourbon. My God.
Yeah, that's some.
Wow.
That's some drinking whiskey.